jump right in. And all right, we're live. Okay, so important news sort of thing to bring up. It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. New episodes, season 15 begins tomorrow.
Nice.
Yay.
And the best part is, unlike 2 years ago when I had to borrow Jake's login for their cable network, so that I could log into the FX freaking app, and that was the only way that I could watch new episodes. And then, like, after 2 months, suddenly my login didn't work anymore, and I'm like, whatever, I'll just wait until. And eventually, it shows up on Hulu, and that's great and everything. But this time, they are putting the episodes up on Hulu the day after they air. Oh yeah. So literally the new episodes are coming tomorrow, and then at 1 a.m. or 2 a.m. or however they do it, then boom, new episodes. So I am so excited. I don't have to mess around, do anything weird. As soon as they come out, I can just watch them over and over and over and over and over again. I'm just debating over whether I should stay up until 1 a.m. just to watch them or just go ahead and just watch them the next day. Because then I could watch them multiple times in a row. And I say them because, get this, they're airing 2 episodes at a time.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and this season is the shortest yet, 8 episodes. So 4 weeks and it's done.
It's only 4, yeah. Huh.
Wow.
Yeah, they're just blasting them out. I mean, it's almost like Netflix where they just put it all out at once. But I love that because it's not a normal series. You know, we already waited 2 years. There's no reason to dick us around and stretch it out for 3 months. Just give me my episodes so I can go binge them.
A lot of places like Netflix will just release all the episodes at once. So that's kind of normal.
Yeah, it's almost like a hybrid. Yeah, I found out also It's Always Sunny launched a podcast. So on Spotify or wherever you get your podcast, you can just search It's Always Sunny. It's the #1 podcast this week or last week or whenever it debuted, beating Joe Rogan's podcast, which is like one of the #1 apparently. And it's really awesome because what their podcast is they're just doing all the episodes. They're 1 episode at a time. It's not commentary because it's like they all watch the episode and then they do a 40-minute podcast, and part of the time they talk about the episode. And it's just Mac, Charlie, and Dennis just ranting about whatever and reminiscing and telling stories, and then joking about the episodes and stuff like that, and constantly saying, "Oh, we don't know what we're doing. Oh, we don't know." They started off This is actually why I'm mentioning it. Besides the fact that It's Always Sunny is awesome, is that when I was listening to it, they started off with the audio engineer saying, "Okay, it sounds like you guys are good," and then they're like, "Okay, da da da," and then they're just chatting, and then one of them is like, "Have we started yet? Oh yeah, we're already live." So that's how It's Always Sunny gang literally does their podcast, not as characters. They're not doing their characters. They're doing themselves as actors. It's an honest, actual podcast, and yet they're just
they're doing themselves. I'd pay to watch that.
Yeah, that sounds pretty interesting.
Yep.
How they're doing themselves.
Check it out, Zach. Not Jake, because he's not cool enough to have watched all the episodes of Sunny multiple times.
Nope. I don't think I've ever watched a full episode.
It's a good time to try. The new season's out, and there's a lot of funny episodes. The first episode is called 2020, A Year in Review, and they literally talk about COVID and the insurrection. I saw Q Shaman in the previews, so it's gonna be crazy. But anyway, that's not what's going on tonight. Tonight is Dungeons and Dragons, and I've already wasted enough time. So, wait, let me give a 20-minute recap of where we've been. No, not 20 minutes, but I will do just a real quick recap of the last session.
Short recap is good.
Yeah, if anyone wants to know what happened before that, then they can go watch a previous episode.
Nobody answered me on my choices.
What?
Oh yeah.
You said what your choices were.
Are those choices okay for my spell and my invocation?
Yeah.
They're definitely allowed.
Up to you.
I don't want I want to give feedback on you guys' characters, but also it's stupid because I'm the DM. Yes, play this way. But I think those are awesome. So okay, so Zoe the Warlock, upon level up, took a new spell, Dimension Door, and it allows you to basically teleport 500 feet anywhere. You can even grab onto a person and teleport them with you if they're willing. And it's just a very, very powerful new spell, 4th level spell. You just gained access to those, so that'll be exciting. Incidentally, you're floating 500 feet above the ground, but based on previous discussions, I don't think you guys are going to be implementing that at this point. I still think that's a really good spell. I bet there'll be some cool... I mean, a 500-foot teleport? Like, I could have used that in Curse of Strahd.
It's not something that you're going to use every single day, but there are going to be times specifically that we could use it to our advantage. A very big one when no other spells would work.
So you said something about allowing to drop and then cast right before you hit the ground or whatever. So
that's a reaction we had talked about.
Yeah, I just thought of something, and this is relevant to the game, so it's not off topic. It's talking about what is going to happen basically after the combat.
Okay.
Zoe, how many people do we have to get down? Is it 4 or 5? Four players. Three players plus
and Lulu.
Plus,
Lulu, you
so
can
4.
fly, so 4.
So Zoe casts Fly on Arbitrary, Raxlor, and Scree. Raxlor and Scree fly down wherever we're going to be. Meanwhile, Zoe jumps and Dimension Doors holding Shora to that same spot. Because Dimension Door is not concentration, it's just instantaneous. So Zoe would be casting 2 spells, one right after the other.
But
2 people would be flying.
If I'm falling, at full speed, does my momentum not translate through Dimension Door like that, or am I popping out and like smacking into the ground and exploding?
I don't think
that would be the question for.
I mean, like it kind of physics is not
P
exactly
equals
the same.
As far as the rule, the raw is concerned, you take damage when you stop falling. So whether you smack into something or whether you teleport, when the fall ends, that's when you take damage. So, but
so that's the
Warlocks
rule,
only have 2
that.
spells, don't they? Warlocks have 2 spells. Wait, can anyone else cast Featherfall, or is it only Zoe?
I believe that would be only Zoe.
Because we could, because you could cast Featherfall at the end of that, but then that would be 3 spells, and Warlocks only have 2 spell slots. Is that right? You don't have 3 spell slots? Shit.
Yeah.
Okay, well,
only have
that
2
would.
at this level.
Well, I think our characters would understand the physics, and so it would just be to defer to the DM. Also, it's 500, so you could just teleport straight down to the ground, but then that's no better than just feather falling straight down. The point is that we get some distance as well as safely getting to the ground. But I didn't. If you take Dimension Door, he kept saying Dimension Door. I'm like, that just takes 2 people. But combine it with Fly, and you can use both at the same time. You could also fly us, let us get down, and then fly yourselves. But then that's 10 minutes we're apart, and that's not safe.
I don't know. Sitting up here talking about it is pretty not safe either.
I will reward you guys based on creativity. So if the more in general, and this is in general, I'm not just talking about right for this event. If someone comes up with something interesting, I'm going to try to make it work. And if it bends the not super specified rules a little bit, like falling physics, then I'll try to let it happen. And in fact, for this particular event, that's pretty much how the book writes it. It's like, here are some things they could do, but apparently any way that you could think to get from A to B negative 500 feet, you can try to do it. But, Zoe did take Fly. I mean, if anyone can take Fly, this is really just the most straightforward. But, we'll rule that when we come to it.
Okay. We can do the combat. That's just another thought since Dimension Door is mentioned.
Yep. And then I want to just mention, no, I think that's good because that's kind of, we're talking about kind of like why, not why he picked it, but like, oh, he picked it, and here are possibilities that could open up. And then the other thing is at this level up, his warlock gets a new Eldritch Invocation. And it's called Ghostly Gaze is the one he selected. I think it's once per short or long rest is when it recharges. Yes. And it basically gives you the ability to see through solid objects everything. Up to 30 feet.
Which could be very useful in select situations.
Yeah, I mean, you can just see through a door, see into a safe. I mean, that's that's awesome.
Also, it says that I got Misty Escape at this level, and I was able to choose something Fey Presence.
Oh, yeah. Yes. Don't forget about those. They
I've got it written down.
Hold on. Fey Presence, and that's something you've had. But it's
I just can't remember offhand what it does right now. I looked it up earlier.
Okay, so you project a beguiling and fearsome presence of the Fae. It's an action to cause each creature in a 10-foot cube wisdom saving throw or become charmed or frightened. So it's like a free fear/charm. And fear doesn't mean that they run away from you. It's not like turn undead. Fear just means they're afraid of you and they can't move closer and they get disadvantage on attacks. Charm is like similar. They are friendly towards you or something like that. So, but I mean, still a cool feature. And yes, Misty Escape is basically when you take damage as a reaction, you can essentially cast a free Misty Step, and it refreshes once per short or long rest. Awesome. Okay, so now that we've gone over the features, just to catch up, just what happened with the story is you guys decided to go scavenge for supplies before you left the city. Raxlor got a lot of stuff. A rope, water skins, crowbar, grappling hook, shovel, iron pot, blanket. In the chat, in-game Hellsburger, I also posted some maps. The El Terrell one, which I gave you guys before, but, you know, since you've uncovered the whole city, I'm just showing it to you. And the bottom one is a map you've had, which is a map of Avernus. And, you know, that'll come in handy. Actually, it won't. It's totally useless. There's no destinations on it. But I'm going to check off locations as you get to them, and it's just a cool... In real life, it's a 2-foot wide handout map. Like, you fold it out, so, like, when you guys... and it's two-sided, so when you leave El Terrell and go to Avernus, I could dramatically, like, flip the map over. But it's digital, so there'll be none of that. But I have it hanging up on my wall and in my room, and I flipped it around, so I'm looking at it, so it's cool for me. So yeah, so you guys were going to scavenge. Shora looked for some stuff to make like a glider, and she was not very lucky. She did get a good strong piece of canvas, which could be used for something. And Scree and Zoe are totally want for nothing. They have every single thing they could possibly ask for.
I didn't know what to go scavenge for.
Yeah, which means you have everything you could possibly want. If you don't know what you want, then you have everything you want.
Which, yeah, I'm not being like, I'm not deriding or anything. I'm just, yeah, if you think of something, then next time that you get somewhere, then you can have a chance to get stuff. I mean, you already have all your beginning equipment, so. Okay, so as
I had no idea what to scavenge for, so that's my excuse.
Well, it's like if there's something that you've been wanting, then that's your chance to get it. But if there's not anything that you need, then, you know, it's fine. There'll be other chances to supply. It's just you guys are about to leave a city, so.
Wait, I thought we were still up at the top of the castle.
Okay, so
we're on top of the giant floating city, and as soon as we kill these ghouls, we're jumping down into hell, into no man's land, wasteland.
Okay. Well, I didn't know what the hell type of stuff we could scavenge up here, if at all, let alone what I want.
Tools, anything you could get in the shop.
It's just a city. It's a large
That's
city with about 20. It used to have like 20,000 population.
okay. I had gotten confused. I think I know where we're at now.
Oh, sorry. Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
I'm not
So,
good because I didn't.
so I'm just gonna just recap real quick where you are. So you're in a city on a floating earth moat. So it's like a big floating piece of earth up in the air. Like, it's a fantasy game, so it's not like a floating island, right? Like magically floating in the air. On top of that earth moat is this entire city, which is that's the mechanism it's being dragged down into hell, physically as well as metaphorically. And you guys are in this city, so you're in hell, but you're 500 feet above the surface. You have finished your business here, and now you're going to leave. You just decided to go out and scavenge some stuff before you did. In addition to the stuff that you scavenged, you also have gotten a few magic items and potentially another one because this ghoul has a really shiny looking breastplate. Studded
Just
leather.
FYI, I was getting our two games mixed up, and I was thinking we were up top in Strahd's castle. That's why I've been
Bro.
messed up for the last two
Oh.
games. Now
What's
I
even
know
funny-
where we're at. I know what's going on. Yeah, and I watch the streams, but hey,
What's even funnier is you guys are no longer up in Strahd's castle, even in that game. So even if it was the other game, you're still wrong.
anyways, I'm up to date now. I think I know what's going on. I'm good.
Cool.
I'm good. I wish I
Okay,
had scavenged,
so
but I don't even know what I would scavenge for. So whatever.
So on your way back, you guys saw a dead body with a shiny silver long sword. Scree, if you want to correct that in your sheet, I double checked. It's actually a silver
Yes.
long sword, not a great sword.
Oh, okay, that would make sense.
The magic one that Raxlor got for you or has or whatever, that the really cool one we were talking about,
Oh.
that is a great sword. But the silver long sword,
Which you can
found in the
use,
body.
apparently.
Yeah, rangers are basically fighters.
Yeah, when we were talking about that the other day, I was like, oh man, who can use a greatsword? We don't have a fighter. We don't have anyone that can use that, but rangers they can just use weapons. So if you want that sword, Raxlor's got it. You can ask for it any time. And if you're like, hey, I know how to use that sword, I'll be like, oh, well, take it then.
Yeah, and
Well,
you're like pimped out. You got a
right.
+2 magic bow, and then you have a sword of the undying.
Dude,
I
you
would
should
use it
toss
if I
me that sword. Like right before we start battling.
Yeah, we were talking about it on the way to the ghouls, and then like I was handing it over as the ghouls started. That's what made us get caught out by the ghouls, is because we were trading the ghouls. So as I hand it to Scree, we look up and we're like, "Uh-oh, we walked right into some ghouls."
That's fine. Yeah, you can have update your character sheet, and you can have the great sword redemption.
I'm marking it off my sheet. I don't want to carry that shit.
Did I send a picture? Ugh. Don't I have a picture?
Not of the sword.
Not well. Oh yeah, I do. Yeah, here it is right here. Hold on. There. Save this. Don't worry about the picture, but it has the text that has what it does.
Got it.
Which I'm just gonna read real quick. It's a magic sword. It's not plus anything, actually. It is a magic sword, but it's not +1 or anything. But once per turn, when you reduce a fiend or undead to 0 hit points, you can have that creature instantly evaporate in a radiant burst. All fiends and undead within 30 feet take 2d8 radiant damage and have to succeed a constitution saving throw or be blinded. That's an annoying effect with a lot of words, but that's fine. So just remember, once per turn, when you killing blow a fiend or undead, then you can activate this effect. So I don't know, save this
With
image.
the sword, or is it
You have to do it
okay?
with the sword.
With the sword.
That's
yeah.
the effect of the sword.
Yeah, so not like an arrow. You'd have to actually hit them death blow with the great sword. So it's not going to happen. And
Got it.
It's other fiends nearby, so it's not always going to happen. But actually, here's a whole bunch of undead. So if you get a killing blow on one of these guys, then that might be good. And then the effect Undying, when you're reduced to 0 hit points, you continue to stand and can use actions as normal while you make your death saving throws. So that's pretty cool. Okay, so yeah, when you guys when Scree inspected the corpse, then there was a spout of hellfire. I don't know. I think you guys think someone took some damage, and then these ghouls stumble
Me.
upon you. Oh yeah, was it you? Yep. And then these ghouls stumbled upon you guys. So everyone, go ahead and roll initiative, and let's see how quickly we can do the battle. Let's see. I need to go pull up Ghoul stat sheet. I think you guys can get them pretty quick. Okay, the ghouls.
Are we table plop or is it just?
Yeah. Oh yeah. I'm so sorry. Yeah. So go ahead and open table plop. I went ahead and threw together a map. That way, no one has to, complain. And I'm talking about me complaining about the monster placement. And you can just go ahead and leave table plop open. I don't have anything else other than this map. But
El Terrail or High Hall Cathedral?
High Hall Cathedral, I believe. And you should see Scree on a map with 7 ghouls.
Ooh.
Okay.
Ghouls have +2 dexterity. Wow, I did not expect that. Okay, so the ghouls got 11 initiative.
So Nick and I had discussed this strategy earlier. It was just us talking about being gamer nerds. But the short version is,
Yes.
I can turn undead, but when I turn undead, they run away. And if we can make them all run away, then we win. Like, it's basically instant kill because we're just trying to get through them. We don't need to necessarily kill them, except for which letter has the magic that we can see, Nick.
Of course.
So the guy right in the front, yeah, I figured the way they're shaded, they look like a flock of geese. A has very obvious magic armor, and so we don't want him to run away because the magic armor will go bye-bye with him. So if we can make all the other ones flee and just kill A and get the armor and then run, basically it's a free combat. Scree, your sword also does really badass AoE, so pretty much I'm gonna fear them right off the bat and hopefully not hit A. However, if it does hit A, any damage instantly breaks the fear. So I think I might have a bonus action spell I can cast, actually, that will deal damage. No, I have a regular spell. It's not bonus action. But depending on our initiative, I may wait a turn before doing that fear. But if we can get him killed, I have a way to basically end the fight.
Okay.
So, yeah.
I'm rolling initiative.
Finally, I had to freaking log out and log back in before it would finish loading the map.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, I wonder if that has anything to do with your 128 tabs open in Google Chrome.
I wish I only had 128 tabs open. I have thousands, and that's not an exaggeration. They basically are acting like memory-intensive bookmarks.
And of course, we've already discussed that you can click bookmarks and then add all the tabs to one folder. So you could just do like a snapshot of all your bookmarks, pop it into one thing.
Yeah, they invented.
I've done that before.
They invented that. It's called bookmarks.
Look, there's Bookmark Manager. You can manage the bookmarks.
Oh, there's like apps for it.
It's all porn. Why would I want to bookmark it? I'm just going to delete it when I finally get around to seeing it.
Oh, I love when
you gotta bookmark it, categorize it.
I love when Google is like, "Oh, hey, we've got some new feature that separates your work browsing from your home browsing, or it automatically deletes your incognito or deletes your messages after 20 minutes." It's like, okay, thanks, Facebook. You know what you're doing.
Yeah.
Oh, so you guys can add your initiative into table plop.
Okay, so we roll initiative.
Cool.
Yep. So, you earlier you guys saw about a couple dozen ghouls marching through the streets, and you're able to evade them. So here, basically, like one flank just broke off and spotted you. The rest all marched away. So it's not too dangerous with how powerful you guys are, but it is annoying. And like you said, you really just need to get away from them so you get back to the high hall, so that you can get to your descending plans. But that one in the front has shiny loot. Shiny.
So I rolled a 3. So don't worry too much about that fearing
Hold on,
thing.
be right back real quick.
Oh, okay, thanks. I'm gonna end the stream real quick, and you guys